idcwoodcraft.com. Hello, my brother and sister CNC creator. I'm Garrett with IDC Woodcraft, and welcome to this little video where I'm going to do a little bit of a rant of something that you have probably experienced in your CNC creating journey, especially if you are posting in the Facebook groups showing off your projects that you created. And that is, you show off a project and you say, look what I did. It's not perfect, but I did it, right? You're showing it off, you're proud of it, and you want the rest of the world to see it. And in the comments, most of us, our CNC brothers and sisters, are very positive. You know, nice job, great job, looks awesome. Can I have the file? Did you design it? On and on and on. But we get that occasional person that comes right out of the gate and finds something wrong with your project. Whether it be an opinion of how they perceive the project as maybe a little gruff for what they believe in, or something about maybe how you might have carved it and that you could have carved it better, and they start offering opinions. In my book, opinions are something that are to be asked for, or you ask permission before you give an opinion. But there are people in the world that aren't like that. And why I made this video is because it happened to me on this very, very cool carve that I made on the long mill. This woman holding a flag, an American flag. I did this one on the long mill, and then I ran it big, like this, on the Phantom right here. Now this is a wavy flag project. I'll try to turn the light so you can see the waviness in it. And it's just got a lot of form to it. And I thought this was a cool model. I didn't design it, by the way. I bought it. But here was the funny thing that just took me over the edge of, there are just some assholes out there that just don't get it. They just have a negative mindset, and they are people who look first for things that are wrong before they look for things that are right. And this is something that we just have to deal with, especially if we're getting into CNC business. So what did the person, actually it was two people, have to say right off the bat instead of nice job, nice carve? What did they have to say about this? The union is on the wrong side. And I started a dialogue with one of them that I still think is a really cool carve. I got a lot of enjoyment out of doing the tool path and figuring out the levels on it and watching the machine run. And at the end of the day, it's just a cool carve, right? And I'm going to make this in a big 3.5 foot by 3.5 foot. So I told this person, yeah, I said, I still enjoy it. And they still came back, well, there's rules to the flag that you have to follow. And if you don't, then you're not being respectful, blah, blah, blah. And quite frankly, most people live in this box of rules. And I got to a point some time ago where I basically said, screw the rules. I'm going to follow what feels right in here and do what's right for me. And this is something, the whole foundation of this channel, for me as an educator to teach you as a CNC creator how to do this is something for you as an individual to find fulfillment in. Now let's take this a little further, because we have probably seen, I have definitely seen it, where people would say, I wouldn't get that machine, I wouldn't touch it. True woodworkers wouldn't get one of these machines. And here's the funny part about that. The true woodworkers, they're using table saws, they're using drills, they're using other things for the most part, except for your true hand craftsman woodworker. So is it really handmade? There was a friend, a CNC brother, who was at a festival. He had a booth set up, and he had his CNC projects that he was selling. And one of the other people that had a booth, a woman, came up to him and asked him, did you make it on a CNC machine? And he said, yes, he did. And she said, well, then it's not handmade. His comeback was amazing. He said to her, so you sew though, right? You have all your sewing stuff. She said, yeah. He said, do you use a sewing machine? She said, yeah. He said, well then, your stuff isn't handmade either. The point of the matter is really, when you get down to it, who gives a shit how we make something? It's not about the egotistical, I'm better than you because I've got this master skill attitude. This is about encouraging people to have their creativity. There's nothing that pisses me off more than someone who thinks they're God, right? Got to follow the rules of the American flag and have the Union on the proper side. I guess with this, if you turned her around, the Union would be on the right side. But I don't care. It's still a damn cool carve. Why did I make this video? And why am I ranting and raving and laying this stuff out? Is because it doesn't matter how we make stuff. Everybody starts somewhere. The point of CNC and what I feel in my heart about it and what I try to help others is to help find enjoyment and fulfillment again in their creative side. Most of us have gone through life boxing it out in the 9 to 5. When I say boxing it out, living in the 9 to 5 box and never really being able to express ourselves. And we reach this point in life, generally around retirement, where we are really confronted with, wait a minute, this whole idea of who have I been all my life? Why do I feel so stifled right now? And how do I get this stifling thing out? And then you don't have woodworking skills. You're not a master seamstress. You don't even have CNC skills. But you find this, and there's the enjoyment that people get out of just watching the machine. I know what I feel. And some people say it's not even skill, right? I've had people tell me, oh, you're just flipping a switch. You're not making something. Or I've seen it where, well, the true CNC creator is the person who actually designs the file and not the person who's actually running it, right? This file I purchased. I didn't design it. I don't have 3D modeling software right now. But I sure did like figuring out how to do the tool paths, getting it set up, making a few mistakes here, and at the end of the day, got this friggin' awesome carve. And for me, at the end of the day, I'm getting thank yous from you for giving you this path that you can go down to find the fulfillment, to create things for yourself, to feel the creativity, and to create things for other people where you get the thank you, and particularly leaving that legacy for your family. It's never about the skill, it's about the fulfillment. And so if you have posted on Facebook your projects and someone comes at you like that, really just ignore them, because their ego is too big. They're too much better than anybody else. They can't see behind their own ego to say this is another soul who's just finding their own path in their own way that works for them, and celebrate it. At IDC Woodcraft, I have 3 rules for myself and the way I present myself to you, whether I'm on the phone with you, in email, in the videos, and for my team who in some ways may engage with you or internally in IDC Woodcraft. And those 3 rules are celebrate, validate, and encourage. Actually, it's the other way around. Encourage, validate, and celebrate. So, why encouragement? Because there are many of those who get into CNC don't have a lick of woodworking skill. They have, so many of our brothers and sisters have like literally no computer skills, let alone CNC, right? So they're starting off from scratch. Yeah, they missed the boat on the computer stuff, whatever, but now they're taking off on a new challenge in their life to learn something for themselves and to grow again, to find some kind of challenge, fulfillment, purpose. So that is to be encouraged, and that is the number one rule with IDC Woodcraft. The second one, validate, which is there's concerns. They're afraid. They're afraid that they're not going to jump, that they're going to fail. Basically, most creators who get a CNC machine truly don't know anything about it. They're really starting from scratch. That's what this whole channel is based on, to help you start at ground zero. That's why the videos are made the way they are. It covers design software, it covers the CNC router bits, how to set up your projects, way to hold things down. Not so much finish work, because I'm not that great at the finish work, but I sure do know how to run these machines. So when you come across as worried, maybe I can't do it, which one do I go for? Do I actually write that check to get that machine? With the fear of maybe it won't work. And I'm here to say it will work. Jump off the high dive. By the time you get down, you'll have this thing down. It'll take a little bit of time, just like anything else. And the coolest thing is, after 6 months, you're looking behind you going, shit, I knew nothing about this 6 months ago, and now look what I'm cranking out. Awesome, awesome wavy flag projects that had the banner the wrong way. The Union, over here. Turn around. I don't care, right? Because I have the enjoyment over it. But clearly I do care in this way. It pisses me off when I see someone who's saying, look what I made, it's not the perfect, it's my first project, and someone comes in and is already offering opinions of things that they perceive as a mistake and completely missing the whole idea that you just accomplished a miracle for yourself and you got something out of it. That's what pisses me off. So we've got encourage and validate, and then we have celebrate. And this is the moment when you're showing your stuff that we all need to celebrate. So this particular point in this video right now, what I'm about to say, is for that arrogant butthead asshole who first off goes right in to find something wrong. Get off your high horse and start celebrating people's accomplishments. Many of us go through life feeling half full, like something's always missing. And for some of us, when we find a machine that can actually carve, when we have no skill with woodworking and CNC machines and computer designing and sometimes even computers, and we conquer that, give people a break. Realize that they need to be lifted up and celebrated for the accomplishments. Or just clam it. This is the whole reason IDC Woodcraft has a zero tolerance policy for arrogant people. I just don't, because I have no tolerance for it. I have no room for negativity in this business. I have fired customers. I have fired suppliers because I just won't tolerate it. I block people from the YouTube channel. I block people from CNC Entrepreneurs Facebook group, because we all are here to help each other, not to find something wrong with it. So for that person, you may want to just like become aware. This is what they call self-awareness and mindfulness. When the first thing that comes out into your mind is, oh, there's something wrong with that, or you didn't follow the rules, right? It's not about what you think. It's about you lifting someone else up. When you can do that, then you make friends. I can tell you, for most of those people, they are not happy people, and they are not the life of the party by any means. They live too much in too tight of a box, and living like that just sucks. So if you're relatively new in this space and you're already kind of getting that from here and there, there's just those kind of people that are out there, and they don't even see it in themselves. So it's worthless to really open dialogue with them, because often that kind of egotism, they will always find an angle that you will be wrong. So if you come back and say, look, this is what happened with this guy that I dialogued with this carve. I actually kind of got caught up in the conversation. It's very rare that I do. But I just said, you know what, I really like the carve. I think it's awesome. And he said, and he came back again with the union thing being on the wrong side, that I should follow the way we've been taught. Honestly, I had no clue that the union had a certain side to be on until I got into CNC. Here's one for you. What happens if you're driving down the road and the flag is flying the wrong way and the union happens to be on the wrong side? That's a problem, isn't it? It's kind of stupid, but that's kind of the way I feel about that kind of attitude. Is who really gives a shit? I don't care. For those people that, if you've experienced this, for those people that want to find error in your ways, in your projects, just remember, it's all about them. And block them. Whenever you can, just block them. It's not worth the time. We're here to help each other. We're here to celebrate our wins. We're here to learn how to make these puppies rock and get better and better. At the end of the day, we are created as creators. And that is what's coming out. And it doesn't matter if it's a CNC machine. It just doesn't matter if it's fulfilling you. When I see a woodworker who's exceptionally good with their hands at woodworking, and they come out with a comment like that, they have completely forgotten the beginning of their journey, when they were looking at woodworking and being dumber than a box of rocks, like we were in the beginning. That's my rant and rave. That's why IDC Woodcraft has a zero tolerance policy, because you are a creator and you're learning this. If you're brand new, you're starting off at ground zero, that's just where you happen to be. And I celebrate every step of your journey as you learn how to do this, because you're growing. You're taking on a new challenge. More power to you. idcwoodcraft.com